All right, you guys, welcome back. We are now going to be tackling example 1 of the angle bisector theorem, which the angle bisector theorem states if a point is located on an angle bisector, that means that it is equidistant or the same distance to each side of the angle. So if you guys see here in my picture, I have an angle. Let's look at example 1. I have angle DCB. All right, let's look at this angle right here because I know there's a lot going on in this picture. Okay, so if I look here, I have segment AC, which is intersecting with angle DCB. All right, and when segment AC hits this angle, do you guys see this? It makes two congruent angles, which means it's bisecting or cutting in half, slicing in half that angle. It's quite vicious. It slices it in half. Okay? So, since segment AC is a bisector of angle DCB, it slices in half. That means point A, which is located along this bisector AC, is the same distance to the sides of the angle, which means AD and AB will be congruent. So, again, in order to use this theorem, you have to have an angle bisector, which we do. Segment AC is the bisector of angle DCB. So, yes, we have one. All right, so I'm going to write that real quickly. So, segment AC is an angle bisector. Yay! Which means I can use the angle bisector theorem. Okay, so again, since point A is located along this sneaky little bisector, that means it is equidistant to each side of angle DCB. So that means the length from A to B is the same as the length to A to B. So they are congruent. Cool, right? All right, that's a congruent symbol. Sorry, guys. So I know that segment A to the B is congruent to segment AD. And if the two segments are congruent, that means that their lengths have to be equal. All right, and since AD and AB have an x in it, guess what? I can use these segments to solve for x. So I'm going to substitute in the values of AB and AD. So AB is 5x minus 3. And A to the D is 3x plus 1. Remember, that's a congruent mark. So that's not 11. That's a congruent mark, so it's 3x plus 1. All right, let's do this thing, you guys. Let's solve for x. Okay, so currently my x's are on separate sides of the equal sign, and the besties must be joined together. So I'm going to move 3x. I'm going to move over 3x to join its bestie, which is 5x. So the way that you move a positive 3x to the other side is by subtracting that thing on both sides. Bam. So 3x minus 3x will cancel and turn to 0. 5x minus 3x is 2x. Yay. So I have 2x minus 3 equals 1. Okay, so now that my x's have been joined together, my goal is to get x on one side by itself, which currently that negative 3 is getting in the way. So the way that you move a negative 3 to the other side is by adding that thing on both sides. Negative 3 minus 3 cancels, or negative 3 plus 3 cancels and turns to 0. 1 plus 3 is 4. So I'm left with 2x equals 4. And the 2 and the x are secretly multiplying. So the way that I move 2 to the other side is by dividing that thing on both sides, which the 2's will cancel and turn to 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I have x equals 4 over 2, which is 2. So I've solved for x, which is super exciting, but the problem says to solve for x, AB and AD. So I still need to solve for the length of AB, which is 5x minus 3, and the length of AD, which is 3x plus 1. All right, you guys, which, since I know x is 2, how can I use this lovely 2 to help me find the length of AB and AD? What can I do? You guys are like super smart. You should be mathematicians one day. You do substitute in 2 for the x. So I'm going to replace x with a 2 in each of my problems. So that x will transform into a 2, like so. All right, let's do this thing. So AB equals 5 times 2, which is 10, minus 2. 10 minus 2 gives me an 8. So I know the length of AB. Now I need to find the length of AD, which AB is equal to AD. So if this segment is 8, then this one should also be 8. So technically I already know the length of AD. I know you guys, it's 8. But it does not hurt to check our answers because the demon cats are always out and about. You got to watch out for them. They sneak attack you. So make sure that you are safe from the demon cats so they won't get you. So, all right, but anyways. So, now I want to find AD, which again, I'm going to replace my x with a 2. So this is 3 times 2 plus 1. Alrighty, let's do this thing. So, sorry guys, I like to keep my colors consistent. So my x transforms into a 2, so I'm going to keep it consistent and make it an orange too. Sorry guys, my OCD is kicking in right now. Alright, so now let's solve. So 3 times 2 is 6. Oh no, something happened. Hold on. Miss Long is so silly. Oh my goodness, you guys. You probably already saw it from the start. I'm sorry, you guys. Try not to get too mad at me. If you guys see here, see, this is why it's good to check your work. So, but anyways, if you guys see here, it's minus 3, and what did Miss Long do? She let the demon cats get her. This should be a 3, so I'm so sorry. Please change this to a 3 on your paper, which will then change this answer. Okay. Sorry, you guys. The demon cats got me. But this shows you the importance of checking your work, so that's why we do that. Okay, so 10 minus 3 is 7. So my goal is to get 7 over here, which I freaked out for a moment because I saw I was going to get 7. So now, 80 is 6 plus 1, which is 7. So yes, we did it right. Now it's right. X was always right, but Miss Long was super weird and let the demon cats get her. Sorry, guys. But yeah. So 80 will also be 7. So, yay, we now have solved it correctly. So I'm going to do 2 happy faces because I'm glad I was able to check my work and get the right answer after I corrected myself, which is a very important math skill. So nice job, you guys. We're going to be tackling example 2 now, which is about the converse of the angle bisector theorem. And I pinky promise you guys, the demon cats won't get me this time. If they do, well, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but hopefully I'll make it out alive. But I think that I'll get out fine this time. So, all right, let's get going on example 2.